Good morning, everyone. I forgot to update the leaderboard. On today's show, we are back to normal. Today, no tech issues. Knock on wood. A nice chill podcast. On today's show, we're going to talk about the upcoming new DSP tries it and what the reward will be. We're going to talk about the upcoming new year, new playthroughs that are going to be starting up, and we're just going to be relaxing. That is right. Instead of it being all stressed out like we were yesterday, today will be a relaxing show. So sit back and get ready for year-end vibes and good times on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Get ready for some meaningful content, because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Woo! Because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Oh!
Alrighty, everyone. So good morning, and allow me to fix the leaderboard. That is last night's leaderboard from the Flight Sim stream, and that's the one thing I didn't get a chance to fix. Hope you're all in a good mood. Let me tell you guys something. I am feeling so much better. Yesterday, I came into work, essentially, onto the stream, feeling exhausted, feeling stressed. And then it was one of those days. What is it? Murphy's Law. If anything can go wrong, it will go wrong. Oh, and it did. Yesterday, all hell broke loose with, me not knowing what the heck I was doing with a new boom arm, messing around with mic settings and screwing around. And basically, a lot of mistakes were made, I guess is the best way to put it. Hold on one second. So if you go straight down, yeah, it is even. What's weird about the set now, I am actually perfectly centered, but the level 1 podcast, you would think the 1 would be in the middle, but it's not. The 1 is actually slightly to the right. So it makes it look like it's misaligned, but it actually is aligned perfectly straight. Anyway, yeah, yesterday was incredibly stressful with all the stuff that went down and things were malfunctioning, right? And I apologize for that. With the stress levels being high, literally I didn't play any gameplay on the first stream, which was ridiculous. Like people want to see me play games and relax. That's the whole point of coming by. And it didn't happen because we were so busy getting this to work that everything went wrong. But now the good news is, as you can hear, things are going good. It's sounding good. And by the way, I tweaked it a little bit more this morning. The number one piece of feedback that I was getting is that the microphone sounded a little bit too artificially deep. What does that mean? It sounded like the microphone was trying to add artificial bass. So I actually tweaked the settings a little bit, and hopefully it sounds a little better. What I did, there's a setting that says the tone of your voice. It was set to natural. I set it to 30% bright, meaning it reduced the bass a little bit and made it sound a little bit more high-pitched and crisp. I'm curious if you think this sounds a little better than it did yesterday. We could still tweak it a tiny bit more. But for the most part, what you're hearing is going to be how it's going to sound moving forward. We may tweak it here or there a tiny bit more, but this is the new setup. For the podcast, I'll probably have the mic somewhere in frame and try to angle it in a way that sounds better. Right now it's quite close to me. It's only about not even a foot away from my mouth, so probably sounding really good. It does sound better than yesterday. People are saying it does sound much better than yesterday. I think the mic was trying to artificially enhance bass for some reason. So pushing it to the bright side, I think it's going to sound a little better. People are saying it doesn't sound nearly as echoey. It sounds better. Good. This is what I need to do. Keep tweaking it, right? Until we get it right. So good stuff. The one thing I need to do is find the perfect spot. Right now, I don't feel like this is the perfect spot because it's kind of blocking the set. So I don't know if I should make it higher and angle it down. Let's mess with that a tiny bit. Maybe if I do this, I can either raise it up. Let's see here. I can raise it up like that. Now it's completely off camera. Maybe like that. Hold on. Let me sit back now. Sit back and make sure it's aimed at me like this. There you go. So how does that sound? If that's good, then excellent. I just want to make sure it doesn't block the whole set, you know. When I'm playing games, it won't matter because when I'm playing games, you'll have the effect and you won't see it. So it'll always be like right over here. So hopefully it sounds good. But anyway, yeah, we're going to keep messing with this and tweaking it a little bit every day. But I like the features, like the tap to mute is awesome. I don't ever have to mute and unmute here in the Stream Deck anymore. I just touch the mic and it mutes it. And the new boom arm is great. This is the best of all the boom arms I've tried. I have 4 now. Seriously, in the last week and a half, I had 4. This by far is the best boom arm of the bunch. It's also by far the most expensive one. It was twice the cost of all the other ones, but I guess you get what you pay for. We're going to talk about that because that's one of the major reasons why I was so frustrated yesterday, is because even though it's the best boom arm of the bunch, it had no instructions. So here I was live on the fly on a podcast trying to figure out how to get it to work with no instruction whatsoever, and I goofed it up. You know, I did. I goofed up not only the cable management, which destroyed my thumbs and I was in pain, and then I over-torqued a piece of it. So we'll talk about that so you'll know what actually happened yesterday. But anyway, good news here is that we are good now, right? Like it sounds good. Things are looking good. Take a look at the set today. So FYI, here's a cool thing. Today we're playing Marvel Rivals, all right? I have a background RGB setting for Marvel Comics. This is it right now. Now, this is one of the levels. Okay, guys, everyone in chat right now, call out one of the popular Marvel Comics characters right now. Someone call out a popular Marvel Comics character, and whoever gets the name first, I'm going to do something fun. Let's see what people are going to say here. Iron Man. All right, Whiskey Breast is Iron Man. You ready? This is the Iron Man background, supposedly. Okay? Now, what does that mean? Basically, it's supposed to be like Iron Man's outfit. So it's like a red, white, and yellow, but I don't think the yellow is coming through. Let me take a look at it. Oh, it's not. It's a red, white, and oh no, it is yellow. It's pulsating. What it is, it's red, and it has, you know, his heart is like that generator thing. So it's pulsating white, and that's what you're basically seeing in the background. All right, Fed Rogers says, try the Hulk. All right. So it starts off white and purple. Does it change? This is lame. The Hulk is super lame. It's just white and purple. There's no green. All right, they don't know what they were doing. This is not the Hulk at all. That's a bad one. Pick another character, Crick. The Hulk is a bust. Spider-Man. Okay. Look at this. It's supposed to be red Spider-Man, and then it's supposed to be like parts of it, like either his web or his eyes moving around, pulsating. See how it kind of pulsates a little bit with white? Kind of nice, actually. This is supposed to represent Spider-Man. Someone said Hawkeye. I don't know if there's a Hawkeye. Sadly, there's not. Someone said Wolverine. There's no Wolverine. You know what it is? This is more like the Avengers. Here, I'll click on a couple more. This is supposed to be Ant-Man. I don't know why, but check this out. This is Ant-Man. I guess it's supposed to be a little ant flying around the screen. Or maybe it's supposed to be like Quantumania. I don't know. I didn't see that movie. I think that's what's supposed to be, like Quantumania. This is supposed to be Black Widow. So it's supposed to be black with like her red. You know how the Black Widow has a red symbol? So it's a red symbol pulsating with a bunch of like other things moving in the background. It's kind of nice, actually. I think I like that one. Black Widow. So they're silly. I mean, they're not exactly super accurate to the comics, but it's kind of nice to have a Marvel comics. Here's Captain America. Red, white, and blue it's supposed to be. Alternating. So yeah, it is. It's red, white, and blue. The problem is, and I know this from doing DS Politics, when you do red, white, and blue RGBs, they all blend together and just kind of look purple, and there's nothing you can really do about it. But it is, if you take a look, it is red, white, and blue on my RGBs, but they actually blend together on the back wall. There's Doctor Strange. I don't know what's so strange about this. Doctor Strange. A lot of them are nice pulsations, though. I like that. Quicksilver. Oh, this one's cool. You ready? Quicksilver. So it's supposed to simulate he's running back and forth behind you. Quicksilver. Zipping back and forth. That's pretty cool, actually. I like that one. Scarlet Witch. Oh, this is nice. That's kind of cool. Pulsating red. I like that. And let's see. Surtur? Who the hell is Surtur? This is Surtur. Fire. Looks like fire. Kind of similar to what I was doing yesterday. I had a fire set up. There's supposed to be a bunch of flames. And then lastly, Thor. It's supposed to be Thor's lightning coming down and hitting Mjolnir. So there you go. So these are all supposed to be Marvel Comics themed backgrounds. I'm going to go, oh, Guardians of the Galaxy? Doesn't very Guardians of the Galaxy-esque, I don't know. Probably the lamest of the bunch. So let's go back to what we were starting at. This one. So yeah, so it's supposed to be, you know, alternating RGBs that are Marvel themed. So today we're playing, finally, Marvel Rivals. My bad that yesterday we didn't get to play it because of all the technical issues. You know, canceling the gameplay sucked. You know, that's really stupid. So we will today be playing Marvel Rivals for an extended period of time, at least 2.5 to 3 hours. The way it works with Marvel Rivals is, you know, we start off with a certain character, and then after that, you guys can pick the rest of the characters. For anyone who contributes $20 or more, essentially can pick the next character that I will use on a stream, okay? So I hope you'll stick around for that. It's going to be a fun stream. I'm finally playing it on mouse and keyboard, which I'm actually doing a new setup. I have a brand new wrist rest here for the mouse and keyboard, and I'm going to compare it to my old one. So the old one I had was gel, like, you know, that resting gel for your hands. This is more memory foam. I saw these online. I know this sounds silly, but I saw these online. Look what it looks like a cloud. And what it is, it's like memory foam with like this almost like fake leather top. So it's kind of like nice on the skin. It feels comfy. I don't know how it's going to work or if it's going to work, but we're going to try them today. And if they don't work, oh well, no big deal. I'll just go back to using the gel ones. I'm trying to find the best setup for everything. You know what I mean? I even have this too. I bought this, which is supposed to be a wrist rest that takes the pressure off of the, what is this called? Like your artery or whatever, or your muscle, your nerve that's there, because there's a nerve in your wrist. So supposedly this wrist rest is supposed to take all the pressure off the nerve in the wrist. So I have all these different things to test and figure out what's better for the keyboard and mouse setup. So, you know, I'll be switching around and messing around and trying to figure them out, okay? Exactly. What it's supposed to do is prevent discomfort that could cause carpal tunnel syndrome and stuff like that. So we'll see. But this should be fun. You know, Marvel Rivals has been a great game, but I've complained that it's kind of hard to keep track of where a character is on the screen. And for example, some of the characters are so zippy fast, it's hard to keep aim. Like Spider-Man, very hard to keep aim on him. But if I'm on mouse and keyboard, that might not be a problem. I think the real challenge is going to be just figuring out where the buttons are mapped. So basically, I'm thinking probably just like Call of Duty, Q and E are going to be used for special abilities. But outside of that, I can't imagine. You know, you're going to have right click, left click, which is going to be fire and secondary fire. You're going to have Q and E, which is probably your two primary abilities. But a lot of these characters have more than just one ability. A lot of these characters have 3 or 4 abilities. So I wonder what the other ones would be for quick access. I won't know until we play. So, okay. So that's going to be fun. I can't wait for Marvel Rivals today. All right, so we have quite a lot of stuff to talk about this morning. All right, the first thing that I'd like to address, ladies and gentlemen, we have hit 32 goals. We're already 2 goals towards the next episode of DSP Tries It, which is going to happen at 40 goals hit. All right, so if we maintain this momentum, it means that we will be doing another reward at the end of the week. Even though yesterday we did the Taco Bell chicken nuggets, which, by the way, I think you will be shocked at how it went with the Taco Bell chicken nuggets. If you haven't seen the DSP tries it yet, go check it out over on DSP Reacts. It actually is getting good views. I think it has almost 1,000 views in not even a day yet. So it's doing pretty good. I hope you'll give it a look. But yeah, this is going to be good. And I'm excited. So what are the ideas we have? Well, obviously, as you know, DSP Tries It has been very food focused. Okay. Some people have said, instead of food this time, can we do something different? Instead of it being a stream that you do after your gameplay on the day stream and eating food, could you possibly do a stream where you drink? And I was like, well, that's intriguing. You know, I didn't think about that. What do you mean? And some people have suggested, well, maybe we tell you a certain kind of beer to try and you can drink it during a night stream as a way to kind of relax and unwind, but also to review the liquor that we suggest to you. Or maybe it's like hard liquor and you take a shot or two at the end of a stream. You have like an unwinding session, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes where you hang out with us and you take a few shots and you review the liquor. And I was like, well, that's interesting. I've never done anything like that before. Now, if we do this, it can't be regular. It can't be like, oh, every week Phil's drinking on stream. But it could be every once in a while, like every other or every third milestone hit. Maybe we do this instead of food. Now, here's the thing. I like the suggestion, but in order to do it, we need to know ahead of time what the liquor is that you guys want me to try because I need to get it. So a perfect example, if we hit the goal this week, let's say we hit 40, I don't have the liquor. I don't even know what you want yet. You see what I'm saying? Like what we would have to do is maybe do it for the next one. There's nothing I can do about that. So let's see how it goes. All right. And let me know. Let's talk about this by the end of the week. But in the meantime, since there's no way that I could even have the liquor for this week, obviously, I think what we want to do is do something in the interim. And I think that for when we hit 40, I have an idea that I want to present to all of you. My wife came up with this idea. And as you know, most of the ideas my wife has come up with for DSP Tries It have actually been quite good. Okay. So there is a new place opening up right down the street from me. It is a brand new, how can I explain? Kind of like a casualized Mexican food. And what I mean by that is like fast burritos, tacos, that kind of cuisine. It's not a sit-down restaurant. It's like more fast foody, but it is not a chain that you're thinking. It's not Chipotle, okay? So they are just going to open this Friday. Grand opening. And we looked into it and look it up online. What we'll do is we want to look at it together. So what we're about to look at is not the location that's opening. This is one that's on the other side. Well, not the other side of the state, but it's in a different area of our state. The one that's opening over here is, a brand new location. Okay. So let me show you. It's called California Burrito, but not really. This is the Yelp page, and the Yelp page has the wrong name. It's actually called California Burrito and Taco Shop, okay? Because there is an actual chain in the United States called California Burrito. This is not part of that chain, all right? So I just want to make that clear because some people look at that and say, oh, California Burrito, I've heard of that and everyone's had it. No, it's not that. This is local. There's only a few of these locations. I think there's one in Covington. There's one in Federal Way, which is what this is the Yelp page for. There's only 2 or 3 of them there, okay? So here's the deal. This place is pretty cool, all right? And it's very different from what you're thinking. It's not Taco Bell at all. It's nothing like Taco Bell. Okay, let me show you the food. I'm using the wrong mouse because I'm a buffoon. So you got burritos, big ones. You've got different kinds of tacos that are also quite big. And you can get fish, you can get meat, you can get all kinds of stuff. You can get quesadillas, taco salad. See? Beef torta. Torta is a Mexican sandwich, which is really, really good. So good stuff, and it's a good big variety. Their menu is big, but the menu is not live yet because the restaurant's not open till Friday. So I'm not sure exactly what they're going to have at this particular location. In general, it's funny, like most fast food places, the locations that are already open have a lot of good reviews and a few that are crappy. But in my opinion, I think this would be an interesting thing to do. It's local. It's not a big chain that you can just get everywhere. It's not Taco Bell. You know what I mean? And there you go. AMS said, well, you know, a grand opening can be hit or miss. It's either amazing because they're trying hard, or that's complete shit because nobody is trained. Or the other thing I'm thinking is they could be slammed. Out here, whenever something opens new, they end up getting a ton of business. So, you know, that's what I'm thinking. Something different. Now, we don't have to do this. I'm thinking we can do this whenever, but I thought this was a good idea because this is timely. It's just opening this Friday. So I'll be one of the very first people to ever eat there on release day, you know, on launch day. I'll be able to actually review the cuisine. So that's what I'm leaning towards for Friday. Now, this is not a lock. It doesn't mean we have to do that. I'm just saying I think that that's a good suggestion as something that we can talk about. Now, if you guys have a different idea, I'm okay with that. All right. But I don't know exactly what else to do. Like I said, I like the liquor idea, but I can't get liquor in time this week. So maybe we could do that the next time. Now, also, here's the other thing. I told you guys we were going to have incremental milestones, remember? And I said that when we hit 50, I'm going to do something special. We're going to do a themed marathon event, the likes of which I haven't done in a long time, right? We did a Christmas event, but that wasn't really a theme. You know, what are we going to do for this? Well, we got to figure this out because if we stay on pace with the goals that we've been hitting, I will likely, I will likely be doing this within 2 weeks or so, roughly. Okay, you know, give it time. But let's say it takes me about a week and a half to hit 40, and then another week and a half to hit 50. It'll be around, you know, early to mid January. And what should it be? Well, you know, we've been talking about this. What would you guys like for a themed marathon event? Right? Well, a couple ideas have come up. All right. One of the ideas was to do like an indies marathon because indies marathons allow me to get exposed to a bunch of games that normally I wouldn't play. And a lot of the times I find games that I like and I end up playing them in the future for a playthrough. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, a rageathon. You guys specifically pick games that you feel are very challenging. So that way, when I play them, they really kick my butt and you guys enjoy seeing me get frustrated. Okay. But that's the theme of the day. So it's okay. It's not like, oh, you're trying to torture me. It's just, it's a day of rage inducing games. That's the whole methodology behind it. Okay. Now another idea is to pick a specific game and produce a series of challenges. So for example, I played Dark Souls 1, but the whole idea is that by the end of this marathon day that I have gotten to a certain point, you know what I mean? Or defeated a certain number of bosses or used a certain build, right? Maybe it's a marathon to jumpstart a playthrough. Maybe I play the game for 8 hours and that's a great ginormous start towards a full playthrough that I do later. Could be that. All right. So all these I feel are great ideas. Okay. Like no lie. Any of those suggestions sounds good to me. One more retro marathon where you guys nominate retro games like the Mega Man series or classic Super Mario or something like that, Ninja Gaiden, right? And I play really interesting retro games for segments of the show, and I jump between the games to see how far I can get in each one. I'd be down for that too. A lot of people have been saying, would you do like a throwback night or a throwback event? There you go. So I'm excited. I hope that you guys are too. But the question is, how do we figure this out? Because we've only got about maybe 2 weeks to figure it out. So do we do a poll? Do we have people nominate? I'm not sure. I'm thinking what I should do is put up a thread. And that thread, you guys can nominate the kind of marathon you want to see. And then maybe based on the feedback that I get, it helps us formulate what we want to do. So how about, let me do this. Again, I'm using the wrong mouse. I'm so used to using the mouse there. Here's what we'll do. Wow, it would help if I could put my fingers on the right keys. There we go. I will log in as the correct account. So, scoop this over. What am I doing? Why am I not showing you this? Why am I keeping this a secret? I'm doing a post here so you guys can see. So hello all. Today we're beginning submissions for the upcoming 50 goal milestone event, which will be a themed marathon, as discussed on today's Level 1 podcast. Once we hit the 50 goal milestone, I'll be holding a special marathon event on stream as a celebratory reward. And you will pick the kind of event it is. Ideas have included retro marathon featuring classic games, indies marathon featuring a variety of indie games, rage-a-thon featuring games that will piss me off, challenge themed run of a certain game, or marathoning a game that will become a full playthrough, and say, i.e., for example, Dark Souls 1 on PC, maybe with mods for 8 hours to jumpstart the real playthrough. Please respond to this post with your ideas for marathon event. We have less than 20 goals to go, so post up fast and good luck. So let's see what people come up with for suggestions, okay? Please go ahead and post that up. That will be sitting there for a little bit, probably for a week and a half, okay? And hopefully, we'll come up with some good ideas. Personally, out of the ones that we just mentioned, I think for me, what would be most interesting to me right now, I would say probably the retro marathon, because we've never done one of those before. So that would be fun to do because it's unique. Or the marathoning of a game that will become a full playthrough. Like, I think playing like Dark Souls 1 with better graphics on PC, maybe with mods all day, like that would be a really good idea, in my opinion. Now, that's just my opinion, and you can completely disagree, and that's fine. I want your feedback. That's why I'm having you guys post up and nominate. It won't be completely in my control. So let me know what you think in that thread that is posted up on the community tab of DSP Gaming right now. And let's get that going, because I definitely want to get the ideas flowing so that when we hit 50, we can immediately say, all right, time for the marathon. Let's schedule it within a day or two or whatever and get it done. Okay, so the sooner the better, guys. The sooner we hit 50, the better. I'm excited for a themed marathon. I think it's going to go really well. So remember, at 50, we have the themed marathon. During the marathon, I'll do a DSP Tries It. So it's a double reward. You're going to get your DSP Tries It at 50 as though it were a regular 50 hit. But then we're also going to be doing the marathon. It's double rewards when we hit 50, okay? Now, also remember, we are working up towards 100. And at 100, we're going to do the Viewer's Choice event, where you guys are going to nominate and vote for a game for me to actually do a playthrough of. I haven't done Viewer's Choice in years, but it has resulted in some great rewards before, including me playing Danganronpa, Persona, Yakuza, Skyrim, Fallout, Sonic 2006, among many other playthroughs. Dude, Super Mario Sunshine was a Viewer's Choice years ago. Remember that? So all these games, that I've never played and wasn't exposed to, and you guys exposed me to them. And in some cases, those became ongoing playthroughs and things that I covered over the years, right? Really great. So please respond to that thread. Give me your ideas. Let's get that rolling. And, speaking of, we're currently at 32 goals hit. Guys, please support the streams. Super chats, super stickers, memberships, and gifted memberships on YouTube. Subs and gifted subs on Kick, and tips, which you can do on either side because it is a contribution via my PayPal, all right? Right now, we have no contributions. Let's get our first contribution of the day in right now to get the momentum going, shall we? All right, let's do it. Let's get the momentum rolling. Let's get the positivity going so that we can get that moving. And by the way, remember, for every $20 contribution today, you get to pick a character I'm going to play in Marvel Rivals. So right now, if you contribute $20, you can say, okay, start off with Hulk, and I will. Okay? Let's get that rolling. Let's get some characters selected so when I start playing the game, we know who to start with. Okay? Piss Style Man has gifted 1 sub over on Kick to get us flowing today. Thank you very much. I appreciate that very, very much. Let's get that going. The guy's name is Piss Style Man. What a great name. I love putting the word piss on my leaderboard. Thank you so very much. So that's our first contribution, $5. Thank you, thank you. All right. Now, who's going to be the first contributor on the YouTube side? Let's get something on YouTube, a super chat or a membership. Okay, cool. All right. All right. So, who got it? Papa Zamberu got it over. Cool. All right. So, we hit 2 goals yesterday, which was great. Let's talk about what happened yesterday. Okay, let's get this out of the way. All right, because yesterday was a disaster. At least the first stream yesterday was a complete disaster. And I admit it, and I apologize. You know, sometimes it's just the absolute worst of circumstances all come together all at once and hit you at once. And it's sad when that happens, but it did. And so here's what happened yesterday, okay? Excuse me. Hold on. Distracted. Cool. Okay, so here's what happened yesterday. Oh, by the way, Big Papa Phil has gifted a membership on YouTube, and that went to Lost Soul Mist. So thank you very much, Big Papa Phil. Congrats, Lost Soul Mist. By the way, how's the mic sound? Now that I've been talking for half an hour, how does it sound? In this position, with the settings I have, how's the mic sounding? Hopefully it sounds good. I just tweaked it a little bit, and people are saying there's less echo, and it sounds a little better than yesterday, so that's good. You know, every day, hopefully a little bit more improvement, right? It sounds much better that I did this? Okay. So what I did is I told you, I went from natural sounding, which was supposed to be a lot more bass, to a little bit less bass. And by reducing the bass, I think it actually reduced the echo. People were saying that bass was adding a little bit of echo, and now it sounds better. So that's cool. All right, excellent. Everyone's actually saying it sounds better. Cool. Jade, how are you? He's wearing his X-Men shirt today. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, because today it is definitely Marvel Rivals time. Very nice. You think my camera AI is messed up today? Why do you say that, Genesis Gaming? What's wrong with my AI? I'm in the mountains. I'm relaxing. Chill up here. What are you talking about? I'm see-through. Oh no, it's always that the AI is always like that. It's always semi-transparent. Like you'll be able to see a little bit of the background behind me here. It works better in certain situations. So if I'm on a white background like I was on the webpage, I'm more transparent. If I'm on a black background, I look better. But it's always like that. So it's not perfect. I'm sure the technology will advance. That's the thing. I have an NVIDIA graphics card that supports this AI technology. So as they update it, I'm going to get those updates. I'm going to get those features. So if they improve the AI, it's going to look better. So, okay, so let's talk about what happened yesterday, all right? So here's the deal. I came off of having a day off that really didn't feel like a day off at all for me. I'm just being honest here. It felt like a day of massive amounts of work. And I'll be honest, I didn't really enjoy my day off. I was overworked, stressed, sore because I was doing physical labor for half the day. It just was not a good day, okay? And, I mean, it was good because I improved the office. Like, right now, you guys can't see, but I have massively improved the wiring of the office. Now, this office looks so much cleaner and smoother, and I think I will probably soon take pictures to show you on stream, you know, what I've improved and how much I've improved it. I just want to clean up a little bit more. I have a couple, like, messy things over there that I want to put away, but after just a tiny bit more cleanup, this office will be ready to go as, you know, super official looking. wired actually nicely, not messy wires all over the place and everything, but actually it looks good now with the way that I set it up. So I can't wait to show you what I've done with it. All right. But I was doing all that and I was doing all kinds of stuff on my day off. So I came back yesterday feeling sore, feeling stressed, feeling completely exhausted. And I knew that I had to jump back into a full week of streaming this week. And I'm like, man, this is going to be a rough one. And then on top of that, right, I'm trying to mess with and test a new mic. The new mic boom arm arrives live and I want to set it up on the stream. And that's when it all just came crashing down. You know, I already was stressed. So here I am trying to get this mic boom arm working. Now, allow me to explain what really frustrated me. Okay. So I was building a few pieces of furniture on my day off. Okay. When you're doing that, you're using screwdrivers, you're using power drills, you know, you're pushing things in, you're holding screws. My thumbs were already wrecked, meaning they were throbbing, they were in pain. It's not something that I do all the time. So my thumbs were already killing me, okay? This new boom arm arrives, and the cable management system for this boom arm is so hard to explain because it's nothing like I've ever seen before, okay? For example, with the other boom arm I was using, so there was this channel, this little compartment where you'd put the wire for the microphone, and then it had just a piece of like rubber that you would pop into on top of it to hold it in place, and you're done. It was like a hidden channel for your microphone wire. It was super easy to set up, very straightforward, worked incredibly efficiently, superb, okay? This boom arm, as much as I like it, because it's the biggest one, easily maneuverable and the like, the cable management in it is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. So this also has a channel on the back of it, an empty space to put a wire. Inside of that channel, in each part of the arm, because there's 3 parts, so the 2 long parts, there are these weird plastic pieces, the likes of which I've never seen before, okay? I want you to think of a straw that you used to sip to drink juice or drink water, whatever, okay? So take a straw, cut it into a short version of a straw that's only maybe 2 inches long, okay? I guess that would be what, 4 or 5 centimeters long, something like that, okay? They basically cut it up so that this portion is a full straw, this portion is a full straw, but there's a gap between, okay? Those portions that are a full straw are cut down the middle. I know this is sounding complex because it is. It's complicated and confusing. So they just put them in there. Put your wire in there. Wait, what? How am I supposed to do that? Like, how does the wire work? I don't get it. It's actually simple if you know what to do. What they're intending for you to do is to take a small tool, like a screwdriver, put it into the straw, and pull up. What will happen is a flap of plastic will pop out. Put your wire in, push the flap of plastic over. So now half of the wire is into this piece of straw component. Then if you rotate it, there's another piece of straw sticking out. And you do the same thing. You take a screwdriver, you put it in, you pop out the plastic, put the wire in, pop it back in. Now it's secure. And there's 4 of those in each arm. So you have to do this 8 times. But you wouldn't know that because you've never seen this before. Like, I've had 4 boom mic arms in the last 2 weeks. Every single one was completely different. None of them, literally none of them, contained that same secure thing. You see what I'm saying? So, basically, I'm trying to figure this out, and I'm thinking, well, you're just supposed to push it in your thumb. That's what I did with the other boom mic arm, and I'm trying to do it, and it won't go in. It's sticking. It's just sticking. And I'm like, it won't go in. Like, what the hell? And it's destroying my thumb. Pain, extreme pain, because I've already built pieces of furniture the day before. My thumb was already sore. I'm trying to push this in, I'm like, oh my God, my thumb is in such pain trying to do this, okay? So it took me like 15, 20 minutes on the fly on the show to figure it out. Once I figured it out, I was like, oh, that's way easy. But if I had known that's how you do it and you need kind of a tool to do it, I would have been fine. I wouldn't have destroyed my thumb. So then, as I'm trying to explain to you guys on stream how hard that was, I'm trying to screw this extender onto the end of the boom mic, and I overscrew it, and I over torque it. And essentially what happens is I stick the Y style fork that the microphone's on I overturn it and I get it stuck in the wrong position. And now I'm so frustrated, I can't remember what direction I was turning it. So I don't know which way to turn it to loosen it. And I start turning it in the wrong direction, torquing it even further and sticking it even worse. I then spent about an hour on the podcast sitting here with 2 wrenches, paper towels, washcloths, and the like, trying to loosen this without breaking it. I was already incredibly stressed. So, I'm not really thinking that straight. I'm so upset. I'm in pain physically. I'm like, what is going on? Just awful, feeling absolutely awful. I got it done. It just killed the whole show. I mean, it took the entirety of the show for me to get it unlodged and then finally set up. Now, listen, I'm happy that we got it done because guess what? Now we're using it. Within one day, we're using the boom arm. We're using the new mic. We're using it to its fullest potential with the touch to mute, with the filters that make it sound better. So now it's paying off, but man, with the suffering we had to go through to get it to work, right? And again, I'm sorry. I know a lot of people don't like it when I say it like this, but I'm just going to say it again. Book smart versus street smart, okay? The people who design this equipment are book smart. They think, oh, it's the best piece of technology out there. That boom mic arm is so well designed. That's great. How do you set it up? Oh, well, we didn't put anything in the box. Oh, so you didn't think to put instructions in the box on how to set it up. Now I'm setting it up live. Am I going to stop my show to reference online and search on Google and bring up video instructions on how to do it? No, I'm just going to fucking do it. People who are utilizing your equipment, the end users, don't want to have to put in extra time and extra effort to figure it out. They also don't want to be the beta testers. They want that product that they paid top dollar for. This boom mic arm is twice the price of any other boom mic arm that I bought in the last 2 weeks. It's literally double the price, okay? They want this to be ease of use. I bought it. I spent the top dollar on it. Now I just want to plug it in and use it. How many times in the last couple of months, as I've been setting up this whole new PC setup and everything, have we run into issues where it's just not easy to use, not easy setup, not self-explanatory? Why not? I paid you a ton of money. Why does it not just work? Remember when we went to use Capture Device and it just wouldn't work out of the box because you needed a special high-end kind of USB port. But they decided to skimp on the motherboard of my PC, and it only had 2 of those ports. So now I had to buy an adapter to get the USB of one type to plug into the other type to do this, to do that. Fuck all of that. No one wants to do that. I spent a lot of money. I just want to plug shit in and use it. I don't want to jump through hoops and do fucking backflips over hurdles and fuck around. I gave you my money. Now I want to use your product. Imagine if you spent $2 million on a sports car and you jump in and you drive it off the lot and halfway down the street it conks out. Oops, you didn't buy the special adapter that lets this car work. So now you got to go spend more money and wait for this special order adapter to show up to drive the $2 million car that you just bought. What the fuck are you talking about? No, I spent top dollar. I want to drive the car off the lot and just use it. I don't want to dick around for another several weeks setting it up. But that's how tech is today. You order the boom mic arm, no instructions, just fucking figure it out for yourself. Or go online, look at the specific model that's on the box, research on Google, look for the instructional video that may or may not give you the level of detail you need. Like, no. Whatever happened to simple convenience? Give me the fucking instructions in the box or don't sell the product. That is so fucking lazy is what it is. It's incredibly lazy production to not have anything in there, okay? So, I digress. I had to rant a little bit about it. So we're good now, okay? And here's the thing. Here's the good news, all right? Last night, we had a nice, relaxing stream of Microsoft Flight Simulator. We went to some nice, interesting places like Melbourne, Australia, the Faroe Islands. I can't remember what they were called, but they're in Denmark, and they were nice. We actually flew from SeaTac Airport right out here. It's a Seattle-Tacoma Airport to my house, landed in my neighborhood, and walked from my house to my mailbox and back, and then I showed you my backyard. Now, it looked absolutely awful. It looked like melted Play-Doh, but it was fun to do that, okay? And then we went to, what was it, Half Moon Bay, and then flew into San Francisco from Half Moon Bay. It looks great. This game now looks gorgeous at 4K. Now that I have it 4K, the best graphics possible, the game is like superb. It looks so good now. It's really relaxing, and we had a great interactive stream, a lot of fun conversation. It's exactly what I need. Like, it hit the spot. It made me feel good. It calmed me down. And let me tell you, last night, I had one of the most relaxing sleeps of my life. I went to sleep, and I just let all of that stress just pass out of me because I was thinking in my head, my setup's done now. Like, I'm good. Now, listen, there's still some odds and ends. For example, I got 2 little stands that are coming today for my PCs. Right now, they're sitting on the floor. So these stands are going to take the PCs a couple inches off the floor onto wheels so I can move them around when I need to, and it'll give them good ventilation. Okay? I've got a power adapter that's going to plug into my wall behind me. So now if I want to have more than one sign, I can have all the ports I need to plug them in and not have to run cables across my floor. Okay? But these are little odds and ends. These are not giant setup changes. Everything that you see is the setup now moving forward. You know, it's not a big deal. There's not going to be any big changes or anything. Will there be some tech issues? Yes. If my wireless goes down, my lights turn off. But I know how to fix that now. So I'm not freaking out about it. You know, the microphone shouldn't have any further issues. We may tweak it a little bit more to make it sound better over time. I hope it sounds good right now. But for the most part, you know, we're good to go. We have everything working, and I'm happy now. Here's the cool thing. It's about to be 2025, my friends. Happy holidays to everyone, by the way, because I know some people are celebrating various different holidays. I know Christmas is over for many of us, but other people are celebrating other things. It's the holiday season, okay? The new year is right around the corner. Now, every year, people say to me, Phil, what are your resolutions? And I'm like, man, I really hope this year I can finally upgrade my setup and I can finally hit the new, the new tech and everything. Guess what, guys? We're there. Every PC is running on Windows 11. I've got the super high-end gaming rig. I've got the really powerful capture streaming setup. I've got awesome lights. I've got cool tech behind me that's visually appealing. I've got a great microphone. We've got great webcam going. FYI, when we decide to start doing other content. So, for example, the next time that I'm going to appear on Discord to do any kind of a appearance on a show, like let's say that someone wants me on their show or we're going to do co-op gameplay or whatever, and we're going to use Discord, I now have another webcam that I can use to have dual webcam setup. One webcam will be broadcasting through Discord for the show. The other webcam will be recording for my stream. So I'll be able to simultaneously appear on a show or in my own content or both. I could co-stream. I can do that now. I have that capability. I have the tech. I have the talent. I'm good to go. I'm ready for like any situation at this point, basically. I even have 2 mics. I have this mic and I have the other mic that I'd already purchased for like PS5, but that's a double mic. So if I need 2 mics I have 2 mics going. I'm telling you, I'm good, man. I literally have completely flipped on my head and turned to 180. I went from being the most outdated dinosaur with the fuzzy camera, the awful lighting, the terrible microphone, the bad capture quality, the internet that was constantly, effing up. I've completely changed. But exactly right. Big Papa Phil just hit it on the head. Here's what he just said. You ready? We worked hard this year so we can relax in 2025. Exactly correct. I worked my ass off these last few months, and particularly this month. This month would normally, it's the holidays and people are relaxing and having fun. I've been busting my ass here, getting everything to work. Okay? Why? Because now I want to put out content that is consistent, that is high quality, that is fun, and I don't want to have to be interrupting it and setting stuff up and doing it. It's done. We've done it. We got there. All right. We're going to move forward positively in 2025. I want to do retro playthroughs of things like Dino Crisis and the Dark Souls games. I want to play all the hot new games as they come out at the absolute best quality. I want to jump in and be able to do viral trends. When a new game hits and everyone's talking about it, I want to be able to say, let's drop everything and try it out today and see if it's really good. Because I'll have that capability now. You know, when someone wants to go have an interview with me or someone wants me on their show, I can just jump right on. There's no hurdles anymore. The hurdles have been cleared. The runway is open. All we got to do is take flight. That is a really cheesy analogy, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here, okay? And some people are like, why is he so excited about this? You have to understand. It's been so long since I felt this way. It's been over a decade. I feel like back in the day when I started as a YouTuber and I started making money, immediately I said, I can sink money into a new camera. I can buy every game, right? I can do this. I can do that. And then I moved out here about 10 years ago. It was mid-2014. And I bought a high-end PC and I bought a mic and I bought everything. And immediately it was like, well, it doesn't work for this and it doesn't work for that. And it doesn't do what you want and it doesn't do this. Wait, what? You know, it was the opposite of what I expected. My expectation was I was going to move out here. I was going to have a studio. I called it the office. This is really a studio now. For the first time in my life, I can call where I work a studio because it is. This is literally a filming studio now. We've got the professional level setup on all angles here. It really is. Okay. But that's what I wanted 10 years ago. And I didn't get that. Instead, I got a half-finished, half-assed, half-cocked setup that was good and was fine for what I was doing. I wasn't a pro-level gamer that needed to have the best of the best or anything. But at the same time, man, it was frustrating. I spent all that money. I changed my whole life to move out here and start over, essentially. And it just wasn't at any good level. It wasn't. It was just kind of just passable. But hey, at least he's Dark Side Phil and he's popular, right? So now I finally have what I've always wanted. The highest grade setup and being able to move forward and not worry about, oh no, today I want to do this, but I can't because I can't do it with my setup and I can't do this or whatever. You know what I mean? And a lot of you might not get it and think that it's funny. And you can make fun of me. You could call me a fucking boomer, which is hilarious because I'm not. You know, I'm younger than that. The boomer generation was the generation before mine. But, you know, it's something for me to be proud of. That I worked so hard and I stayed the course, and I put up with all the abuse and I put up with all the bullshit for over a decade. And I finally got to the point where you guys supported me enough that now I could do everything that I always wanted. And now I'm here. Like, if you were to ask me right now, Phil, what would you do to improve your setup? Maybe a new chair, but I'm not doing that now because this chair is fine. It works fine. It's nothing broken on it, you know. And quite frankly, I don't feel like building a new chair and anything like that. I think this is fine for my setup. Maybe eventually a new TV / gaming monitor. But, you know, I'm at where I want to be. It's not perfect, but it's very good. So it feels fulfilling to finally get there, I feel proud that I've worked my ass off and I've earned this. And now I'm finally reaping the rewards of all the work that I've put in. Because it's been a long time coming, you know? It really has been. Working my ass off for so long and now being able to finally enjoy it. And now, the thing is, it's not just for my personal enjoyment. It is, like, I like this. Listen, I like this studio. Okay, I do. But at the same time, it's for us. This is for all of us to enjoy. The higher level of content and stuff that I'm going to be putting out. So there you go. Okay. Cool. All right. So all that being said, I have a shout out to do. And very briefly, I'd just like to cover the schedule. And then I think it's time to chill a little bit. All right. So Not a Wabbit did a $2 super chat and said, coming at you live from DSP Studios. That's right. Coming at you live from Renton, Washington. It's the man, the myth, the legend. DSP, the king of the live stream. Ready. Cover the games, to cover the news, cover his ass. How y'all doing? All right. Thank you, Tag, as well. 3 months as a member. He says, Phil screwed the detractor nerds laughing out loud. Oh, I don't care about the detractors. That's the last thing on my mind, really. I don't give a shit about detractors. That's not even what I'm talking about. I'm well past it. No, really. I want you to understand. I am so far past anything they could say or do about me that I don't care. I just don't. They could sit there and say whatever they want. None of it is true. It's all nonsensical bullshit. They have no cases on anything anymore. Their days are done. They can still sit there and circle jerk each other around as much as they want. I'm far above them. I don't need to waste a single moment on those idiots. So, no worries. Okay? Exactly. The detractors are stuck endlessly in 2016. They will always think that it's 2016 and it's the May 1st burst, right? That's where they are. They're stuck endlessly in that loop of drama that doesn't exist anymore. So let them be stuck there. You know, nobody gives it. No, in truth, no one gives a shit. Why do you think? Have you noticed a lot of the content creators that used to name drop me in a real negative way? That it's over. They don't do that anymore. They realize that I'm not the butt of the joke anymore. That meme of me being the whipping boy of the internet is old news. No one cares. The only people who bring it up are my detractors. That's it. It's just tired shit. No one cares. Okay. Cool. Schedule for this week. Now, the schedule is a little different. I had to shuffle it around a bit because it got messed up after yesterday. Let's just talk briefly about the schedule for the week, okay? So, today it's Marvel Rivals, which I'm very excited to try. By the way, someone's got to pick the character, guys. Someone's got to pick the first character. So the first person to contribute $20 picks the first character today. All right, so we got to get that by the end of the show. Very excited to try Marvel Rivals on mouse and keyboard and with the new rest setup here. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited. And then tonight, Call of Duty. I'm excited for that too. Last time around, remember I was running around doing a knife spree and I was doing really well on mouse and keyboard. So I think I want to do that again. That'll be tonight. Tomorrow, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on the first stream. And tomorrow night, Street Fighter 6 will return. Now, I have no idea who I want to use. I have not consistently played Street Fighter 6. So for me, it's playing catch up at this, trying to figure out who do I want to get back in line to try. I think Dalzim is the character I haven't used in the longest now. So maybe Dalzim. I don't know. We'll have to think about it, but I definitely want to do, some gameplay tomorrow of Street Fighter 6. I don't know who yet. I got to think about it. Wednesday, Stalker 2, major stream. And again, on keyboard and mouse, it's running much better. Like I'm having a better time with it. And then on Wednesday night, I want to try Killer Frequency. This is the game that we only played for like 45 minutes. People are telling me the game gets much better. So I want to give it a shot. If we play Killer Frequency on Wednesday night and it doesn't work, it's not the end of the world. All right. But I own the game. I want to just give it a one try and see if it's working. And if it works, and we'll bring it back every once in a while to continue it on. Okay. Thursday, more Marvel Rivals and more Call of Duty. And then Friday, either Indiana Jones or Stalker 2, depending on which we want to play more, and Friday Night Fights. So that's the week. Okay. Now, next week, there absolutely will be my year-end series. But I need time to work on it, and I just haven't had time to work on it recently. Because as you know, everything that's been going on. Okay. But yes, the year-end series will be likely next week on a late night stream. And it's going to be 2 series. It's going to be it's going to be both the most disappointing games of the year countdown, and it's going to be my game of the year awards. But I need time to sit down and focus on it, and I haven't had time. All right. So I'm going to get to it. I just got to figure out when. And so probably, hopefully middle of next week-ish will be when I do my year-end series. There's one other thing. Like I owe Slayer like a big 2-hour block of private videos. It's going to be the last time that I do them because at this point I can't be taking time off of streaming to do private videos anymore. But I got to figure out when to do it. And I want to give him time to do it where it's like dedicated time. But I don't want to take a stream off right now because I'm already behind. I got to do the year-end series. So I'm working with him about the schedule. He doesn't mind. He wants me to do it properly. Like it's going to be this big final private react I'm doing for him. So he understands that I want to give it the time that it deserves. I don't want to be rushing it and not, you know what I mean? So I'm going to be working with him, and eventually I'm going to have to take like a night stream off in order to do that. I just don't know when. It's probably going to be sometime in January. Okay. What did Slayer request me to watch? Literally everything. He's got me watching food vlogs. He's got me watching K-pop. He's got me watching like a little of everything that he's ever had me react to. It's like a big thing, like final last hurrah. Okay. So there you go. No, I do not make my own animations, Commotion. All my animations are made by viewers or moderators or people who just want to contribute in some way. He's saying, what program have you used to do them? I don't. Okay. However, I now am starting to video edit again. I haven't been able to do it consistently, but I've really enjoyed doing it. What I'm trying to do is find highlights and cut those highlights out of gameplay and make these cool montages of what's the best of the day as channel highlights. So I'm going to start doing that hopefully more regularly now. Like today we'll see what funny stuff might happen in Marvel Rivals, in Call of Duty, and try to make montages of that stuff. And by the way, I need to make sure that it publishes properly, because when I did the montage of Call of Duty last week, it didn't publish, so no one saw it, and it really pissed me off because I put effort into it, and then only like 500 people watched it because the stupid thing didn't publish right. And I was like, so that's something I got to be aware of. I got to make sure that it's publishing properly. Dragonboard, because you're blind, I guess. He goes, why is stream quality on Kick better at 1080p than YouTube at 1440p? It's not. I guess, maybe when you're watching on YouTube, you have your eyes closed or you have your glasses off. Like literally, that's factually wrong. That's not true. Now, here's the thing. YouTube has different kinds of codecs and things that it runs stuff through. So there is some compression involved, okay? But overall, you're watching at 1440p, 60 frames per second quality on YouTube. And then you're watching at 1080p, 60 frames on Kick. The 1440p looks better. It does. Now, if you're saying 1080p to 1080p, maybe Kick does look better, all right? But what you're saying is actually completely wrong. Anyway. Really? Woodland Creature says, I don't know if anyone else agrees with me, but I think the mic sounds worse on Kick than it does on YouTube. That could be audio compression. It could be that on Kick, they compress the audio a certain way, so it sounds worse. But on YouTube, it's more uncompressed audio, so it's sounding better. Not sure. Okay. What is my day off this week? Saturday. My day off is Saturday. Here's the thing. I want to have an extra day off with my wife, maybe next week, but we don't know her schedule yet, and we don't know if it's viable. Like, I really would love to have an extra day off with my wife just to go do stuff, but we haven't been able to make it happen. It sucks, All right. So number one, guys, let's get someone with a $20 contribution to pick our first character of the day, or we're not going to know who to use when I boot up Marvel Rivals. So that's number one. Number two, let's just chill. We got some extra time today. As you see, I got everything out of the way that I wanted to talk about and cover. All of our topics are covered. Schedule's done. We've got people now posting up ideas for the marathon. We've got our initial idea for DSP Tries It this week, which is the California Burrito and Taco Shop. We got a lot of stuff going. So now we got all that going. Let's chill. What do you guys want to talk about today? Please tag me in either chat, and let's see what people have on their minds today, shall we? Okay. Woodland Creatures, I thought that's what you meant, because what you typed was completely nonsensical gibberish, so I tried to interpret it. That's not what you meant, then what did you mean? What's up, Game Boy? Good to see you today. Welcome. AMS says, yesterday you sounded like weird AI in a train station echo. Now I sound like full-toned. All I did, so there were settings on this mic. Natural, dark, bright, which essentially means natural voice, deep bass, high treble, and all I did is I put it 3 notches towards treble. So I'm now at 30% towards bright or treble. There you go. Drew Corporation, I don't know about this. He goes, as 75 goals, could the community pick a Street Fighter character for you to take to master? I think that'd be fun to do. Here's the problem with your idea. It's not a simple reward that we can just do. Taking a character to master in Street Fighter takes a considerable amount of time investment. We're talking several streams of casual play to learn the basics of the character, then grinding through the ranks of rank. You're talking essentially probably 10 to 20 hours of gameplay. That's anywhere from 3 to 10 streams. I don't think that's viable. That's a big ask for a reward. That's bigger than a marathon, bigger than a DSP Tries It, bigger than multiple DSP Tries It's. right? That's too much of a time investment. And then on top of that, unfortunately, taking a character now, that's going to be a bigger endeavor than it was when I was taking characters to master 1 to 2 years ago. Why? Because now everyone's a tryhard. Literally, the people who are left playing Street Fighter 6 are tryhards. They sit around playing endlessly. They literally have their mains, right? And they know every nuance of the game. I mean, you saw I wasn't playing for months. I came back, and all of a sudden, everyone knew every little fucking trap and new setup. And I was like, dude, so I can't just play every once in a while? Like, I'm not allowed to just jump into Street Fighter 6 and have a night where I play. I'm supposed to be fucking micromanaging or micro-analyzing the game at every moment to know every nuance of every fucking thing. It's just stupid. Not everyone wants to be a fucking try-hard, over-the-top pro tournament player. Some people just want to fucking have some casual play every once in a while. But the game literally doesn't let you play casually, you see? So, for me to take a character to master would be a huge endeavor at this point. So, that's what I mean. Like, I don't think that's viable, to be frank with you. And on top of that, how much of my audience cares about Street Fighter 6? Maybe like 20%? So you're asking me to invest an insane amount of time to bring a character to master when only a small percentage of the viewers care. I don't think it's viable, being, honest with you. Burger Sandwich says, for a reward, would you consider doing a panel show with friends of the show, like Worski, Keemstar, Tolo, Brian on the state of the gaming industry in 2025? Well, what you're saying, okay, here's what I like about your suggestion. It's something new and different. Do a show where I invite guests on to talk about the state of gaming. The question is, does anyone care? Right? Like, for what you just suggested, maybe having one or both of the guys from Kino Casino on as guests on the show, that would be cool. Having a conversation with Keemstar, but it would have to be something that he benefits from. Like, when he appeared on my show last, it benefited him in a huge way because it was like squashing this beef, changing the way that people looked at both of us, quite frankly, I actually feel like it put him in a really positive light and helped him out with his show, which he was trying to get attention on and everything. And, that benefited him. How does it benefit him to do a show talking about the gaming industry? He doesn't do a gaming show. Right? So, I don't know. Like, I like the idea. I don't know if the guests that you're mentioning are the people to have on the show. So the question is, who would be good guests for the show, right? We figure that out. Is members' choice off the table as a goal reward? Yes, because my goals have nothing to do with her. Viewer's choice, at least everyone gets a take. Members' choice is kind of an elitist thing, no? You meant a game playthrough? No, we're doing that. We're doing that. That's the reward for 100, is viewer's choice, where people are going to nominate and vote on a game, and I'm going to play it probably 3 streams, and if it works after that, it becomes a full playthrough. But we have to give it a shot because it might not work. Blacky Cat, no one wants. Why not do a gaming show with popular personalities like Asmongold and XQC? Oh, you're right. I mean, I should just do a show tomorrow that has Mr. Beast on it, right? Why not? I'll get Logan Paul next week. How about that? Sounds like a good plan, right? Simple. Right. And while we're at it, why not have Taylor Swift sing in the background? And, well, Ryan Reynolds come and he'll dress as Deadpool. It sounds like a great idea. This is, very viable stuff for a small-time YouTuber like me. Are they really? Black Sky says they're shutting down Friday the 13th, the game tomorrow. What a sad story. A game that, originally was such a great idea, came out kind of wonky, but was a fun, addictive game. And, I mean, they had nothing but problems with that property. That, licensing it was a nightmare, right? Man. Stuart says, you doing anything for New Year's Eve? No. Sadly, my wife has to work right in the middle of this week, a big, string of days. So she goes to work early in the morning. So we can't really do anything for New Year's Eve. We're gonna be like, normal day. She has to work the next day. It is what it is. If she wasn't working, maybe we would have done something, but we can't. When will we get the beard streak? I have no idea what you're talking about. What the hell's a beard streak? Any way that we can have a penne point system back? The problem with that, quite honestly, all right, on Twitch, the penne point system was built into Twitch itself. Twitch actually purchased their own IRC client. For those who don't know, Internet Relay Chat is a chat program that has been around since the 1990s, okay? It's really old. But they bought their own servers, they bought their own system, and integrated it into their site. When you're chatting on Twitch, you're actually using Internet Relay Chat, but it's their own catered version. They had coders literally program in special things for it, all right? And the penne point system, or it's supposed to be channel point system, was one of them. That it would be automatically done and calculated for you and all these things running. It's a really good system. Literally no one else has integrated anything like that into their chat. YouTube never did. Kick doesn't have it. It's kind of sad. I wish they did. The fact that Kick copied Twitch so badly, you would think they would actually have it, but that's one of the things they don't. So when I moved from Twitch to YouTube in 2021, I looked into it. It is doable. The only way you can do it is using bots. And what the bots would do is rank people on how much you're watching the certain person or how much you're in chat. And then it could rank you off of that and give you points. The problem is literally the entire thing would be run by bots. So imagine on any given stream, we've got 30 active chatters. And out of that, 10 people always are just using the bots to mess with the points. This person's checking their points. This person's redeeming points. This person points to points to points. Imagine if the chat was just a million bot messages about penne points, right? That's what it would be. Instead of being nicely integrated seamlessly into the chat like it is on Twitch, it would just be bots spamming messages all over the place. And no one really liked bot spam, right? So I opted against it. One thing I might do is look into Kickbot, which is basically Nightbot, but for Kick. I never really looked into it. But outside of that, yeah, it sucks. I really wish someone would implement it. YouTube and Kick have not implemented a system like that. It's kind of weird. If I make it to 200 goals hit, would I shave my goatee to look like my younger self again? I mean, listen, I could easily grow it back. Like, no lie, if I shaved my goatee, it would probably grow back within like a week and a half, 2 weeks tops, because my hair grows back really fast. So, I mean, do you really want that as the reward? It's kind of silly, no? I could do it. I just don't see the viability of it. Like, when I think reward, I think, okay, we're going to do a video that everyone can enjoy. We're going to do a special event that everyone can watch and be a part of. Now, I pulled a silly stunt, like I shaved my face. Like, what? I think people would be like, wow, you look weird, right? Because it's been, dude, I grew this beard out in 2010. Late 2010 is when I grew out my goatee and beard, and I've had it since. So 14 freaking years I've had it. It would be weird to see me go back without it, right? Plus, you got to understand that see how white all my hair is now on my face? Now you can really see it, right? Here. Now you can really see, hold on, the frame rate will steady in a second. I don't know why the frame rate gets choppy when I first turn this on. Still choppy. There we go. Now it just hit. The frame rate gets choppy, then it gets better. You can really see how white my beard is now, right? I mean, oh my God. My whole face is almost white. Almost all my beard hair is white. So if I shaved for like one day, I would look like normal. And then immediately as it starts to grow back, you would just see white all over my face and it would look really weird because you wouldn't have the dark mustache. You wouldn't have it. It would just be like white hair on my whole face. I think I'd end up looking older, actually, if I did it, just being honest. Speaking of which, I got to shave. It's time to shave. Yeah, I got to shave tomorrow. All right. Of course, it'll regrow black. No, I still got a chubby face, no matter what. I've had a chubby face almost my whole life. So even if I shave, because people are like, oh, maybe if you shave, you'll look different. I mean, I will, but I'm going to always have a chubby face, like down here and everything. Even though I've lost so much weight, I still have the chub on my face. There's nothing I can really do about it, If I hit 5 goals in a single stream, would I get a mohawk? I'm sure I could find a place that would do a mohawk. I don't think I have the hair for a mohawk. I don't think I have that kind of hair. I just don't. I don't think it would even stay unless I put an insane amount of hair product into it, which I don't want to do. I have really bad sensitive skin. When I first started growing my hair out, I put hair gel in it. Within a couple months, all of my skin on the back of my neck and all the skin on my ears with the hair gel touch completely got eczema. It was dry, flaky, disgusting, cracked, painful skin. And then I stopped using product and it healed. So it's like, do I really want to go to a hairstyle where I got to start messing with it and now I'm going to have eczema issues? No, I don't. My skin sucks, man. My skin sucks. I hate my skin. I really do. I've had this oily, greasy, acne infested skin my whole life. And then it turned into eczema skin. It's like, oh, disgusting. Ugh. Just put OGBs in the RGBs in the mohawk. I'll have big RGB lights. And you know what I'll do? I'll sell the space. I'll have billboards on each side of the mohawk advertising products. So I'll make some extra money on the side. Sounds good. That's some real estate I could take advantage of. There you go. Kermit Crispy says, I missed the hats. Well, you don't miss them so much, Kermit, because if you remember, people would have to contribute to get one. And currently we're at $10 to support and no one else has supported the stream. So, just saying, even if the hats were in play, we still wouldn't have one anyway. And you'd still be missing it. Maybe if you dropped the hundo, then you could pick a few characters from Marvel Rivals and, we consider a hat. There you go. Snow Carl Jr. says, you'll look like a walking painkiller already podcast with billboards on the side of your head. There you go. What I could do, how about this? I will advertise Painkiller Already on the mohawk, and it'll say, tune into Painkiller Already for the best ads in the business. I'll advertise the ads on Painkiller Already on an ad on my head. By the way, what are they selling over there today? Some ball scrubber brushes for the holidays, perhaps, or maybe an eyebrow styler. What are they advertising this week on Painkiller Already? Fake supplements and other nonsense, I'm sure. Here, sell some supplements to our gullible, stupid audience, right? Super Bonchon says, a growing proportion of Street Fighter players want to revert to Street Fighter 5 and Tekken players want to revert to Tekken 7. Is it an issue of rose-tinted glasses or legitimate complaints? There are legitimate complaints, but Street Fighter 5 is literally the worst fucking numbered Street Fighter ever made. So that's literally only current gen players. Like literally only people who played Street Fighter 5 and 6 who would ever complain like that, because everyone else has played better than Street Fighter 5 and knows that it's bad. So they're like, nah, we'll stick with 6. But it's only like the newbie kind of spoiled kids who only played 5 and 6. They're like, I want to go back to 5. Go ahead. Go play that piece of shit. Have fun. It's bad. I'd be like, yeah, go ahead. The door's right there. Welcome. Just go right to it. And, by the way, don't come back. Just stay playing Street Fighter 5. Which Street Fighter is the best one? That's completely subjective. Everyone has a different opinion. My opinion is Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, particularly. Other people completely disagree. They like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, or they like the Street Fighter Alpha series. Or, everyone has a pick. Oh, excuse me. I have no idea what you're talking about, Kermit Crispy. Fighting games peaked with King of Fighters 98. I mean, King of Fighters 98 was a great game, but it was also pretty broken. Like, it was not balanced in any way. But they weren't, I don't think they were going for balance because it was a dream match game, which means that it was meant to be like throw everything at you at once in a crazy, zany lineup that wasn't meant to be like taken super seriously. Apparently, a lot of the FGC are going back to 5 because they think 6 is awful now. Again, when you say a lot of the FGC, I'm telling you right now, it's people who have only been around the block since Street Fighter 5 who would go back to it. Anyone who's been around, you know, they're not going back to 5 because we know that 5 is so inferior compared to other Street Fighters. But the people who, oh, well, 5 was my first and 6 is my current, and I don't like 6 anymore, I'll go back to 5, you know? But this happens with every game too. It kind of becomes this feeling of stagnation where there's just not enough going on, or it's too repetitive, or it's too much of the same feeling of overpoweredness, and then people just want to, they like you said, it's the rose-colored glasses. Oh, everything from the past is better. It's not true, you know, but I get it. in particular, Street Fighter 6, we haven't had a new character since Terry Bogard, which was what, September? So October, November, December, January, we're going on 4 months. Like, you're gonna take half the year to get any content. Well, why do you think people aren't talking about the game anymore? Right? Any chance I'll do Resident Evil 4 randomizer? At this point, I own all of the Resident Evil games on PC. I do. I got them all at that Humble Bundle deal, months ago. I don't hear anyone clamoring and demanding randomizers. Some people seem to pull it out of thin air every once in a while and be like, will you do a randomizer? People want it, but I don't hear that desire very often, you know? All right, well, guys, we have about another 15 minutes before we start with Marvel Rivals, but we need to pick a character. We need to select the first character. Who is going to step up and select the first character for us? Who's going to do it? I told you, it's $20. You pick the character, right? We need it. Right now, we have only $10 of support on the show. We obviously got to do better than that. So who's going to do it? Do I take V-Bucks? No, I'm not 5 years old. I have no use for V-Bucks. My new PC can play Fortnite with RTX. Yes, and my new PC can also play a zillion games that are better than Fortnite. Wolverine, Spider-Man, Squirrel Girl. By the way, if you do pick a character, if you contribute and pick the character, it could be one I've already played now. You know, I've played a good amount of characters now, so if there's a character you want to see me take another shot at now on mouse and keyboard, that would be a good opportunity. You know, maybe there was a character I did good with, you'll think I'll do better, or maybe there was a character I sucked with, you think I'll do better. Either way is fine. Mantis? You know, it's funny. I see almost no one playing with Mantis, so I wonder how she actually plays and if she's good or not. right? Like at this point, I think we've seen some of the meta. Like Luna Snow just seems to be the best healer, and everyone seems to use Jeff the Shark too. And then you've got your higher DPS characters that we've seen, like Iron Man is used a ton. I think Psylocke is probably up there. Psylocke seems to be really good in my opinion for what, for me using her and everything. I think she's quite good. I personally think Scarlet Witch is really good. I've seen a lot of people use her, and she always seems to have insane kill streaks. Hawkeye for sure is probably the best sniper class right now with his insane high damage on those shots. And he can rapid fire or aim and take his shots and do big damage. So I think he's really good. Definitely Hulk, definitely Venom. Hulk and Venom, I would say. So you're starting to formulate, you're starting to see the characters that are laying out to be kind of the meta of the game. And then everyone else is just kind of like randomly used, and you don't know if they're good yet or not. Personally, I thought Groot was really good in the beta, but I haven't used him yet in this version, so I don't know if he's good in this version. But in the beta, he just seemed like he was one of the best characters. Because number one, he could put down walls that would block the enemies. But if you remember, he could also put down walls that I guess were like offensive walls. I can't remember. Now, what do you mean? Hawkeye gets banned in competitive. What do you mean? The game just came out. How could a character be banned already? It's a character that's in the game. That's a valid selection. Why would they ban the character? Groot is still good. Yeah, see, Ellipsian says Black Widow with mouse and keyboard seems good. My problem was I couldn't hit anything. I mean, I was playing on pad, and I couldn't hit anyone. I kept just narrowly missing. If I could actually hit the shots, then she'd probably be good. I agree. So maybe it would be better on mouse and keyboard. Groot, Strange, Mantis, Snow, Hawkeye, Hela, and Magneto are some of the meta. Okay. Black Widow is considered low tier. Well, that's what I mean. It's kind of bizarre to me because, excuse me, it's bizarre to me. And the reason it's bizarre is why would you have two snipers, Black Widow and Hawkeye, and one is blatantly, obviously better than the other? It's not even like, oh, this one plays so differently than the other, and therefore they're better in this situation or that situation. No, it's just like this character is just way better. It's like, well, then why even have the other character? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, why have the two? Just have the one. I don't even understand it. I'll be like, okay, so in Street Fighter, there's Zangief, but then there's another grappler, and Zangief is just clearly the better grappler of the two. Then why have two grapplers? Just have one, you know? Oh, really? Black Cat says, oh, Blackie Cat says, I think they nerfed Black Widow because she's supposed to be a copy right out of Overwatch of Widowmaker, but Widowmaker became OP in Overwatch, so they didn't want to make her too good. Maybe. Perhaps. I don't know. Beaver bothered to the $1.50 and says, is this enough for Black Widow? Because I want to see you try her with mouse and keyboard. No. It's $1.50. I said $20, not $1.50. There's a small discrepancy there. It's called $18.50. So pony it up. Pony it up. You know, and then we'll get Black Widow going. And I'd be happy to try Black Widow on mouse and keyboard. I really would. Maybe I'm gonna suck, or maybe it'll be better. I don't know. We won't know until you pay another $18.50. Okay. Okay. All right, I received a $1.20 tip. Hope you're well. Some support for all the times that you've kept me entertained. All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right. So come on, let's get some momentum here. All right. First of all, let's get more than just one person with a sub on Kick. Let's get more than a $2 super chat. Let's get more than $1.50 tip. Let's get it going. Let's get some contributions rolling. Noble Time says when you hit diamond rank, teams can agree to ban 2 characters per match. Almost everyone bans Hawkeye. That's a weird mechanic. Choose to just ban a character outright. Huh. Hawkeye gets banned all the time. It's nuts. It's so Hela and Hawk don't ruin the match. See, Hela, I tried in the beta, but I can't remember how she played. I only used her a little bit, and I cannot remember how she played. Now you guys are saying she's, like, really good, huh? Well, I haven't used her yet. Maybe we should use her today, right? I'm just saying. No, she's not a healer. Wasn't she a buffer? She buffed, but also was DPS? I can't remember. I really can't remember how she played. Someone tipped $2 says, can you play Wolverine and can you explain what casualized Mexican food is? Good luck. When I say casualized, I mean it's not like professional level restaurant authentic quality. It's like more Americanized for the common, walking down the street, you just stop, you grab a burrito and you eat it. It's not, you're going to a restaurant, fork and knife, high end, sit down quality. It's more fast foody, but it's not necessarily like ruined. It's not Taco Bell levels of bad. It's just, more it is casual food. That's all I like to call it. It's like more casual cuisine. Can I play Wolverine? Well, I tried Wolverine. My complaint about Wolverine is he literally has an attack that never works. Wolverine has that lunge attack, and it doesn't work. It passes through the enemy's body and doesn't touch the enemy. It's supposed to, the way it's supposed to work, the intentional way of the attack is supposed to be that Wolverine runs up on you with his dash attack. So first he dashes in and slashes you. Then he's supposed to do maybe 1 or 2 hits, and then he does this lunge attack where he puts out his claws like this, and he catches you, and he picks you up, and he slams you to the ground. Then once you're stuck there, he could do a follow-up, whether it's his ultimate or whatever. But 9 times out of 10, you do the move, and literally, he goes right through you and doesn't hit. And I don't understand. It seems like the move is faulty. Like the hitbox is glitched, and they need to fix it so that it catches the enemy and will lift them. It just doesn't work right. So I don't necessarily think he's a bad character. I think he'd be much better if his move worked. I am enjoying Marvel Rivals. The problem is I don't get to play it enough. I'm going to play it twice this week. I'm going to play it today, and then I'm going to play it again on either Thursday or Friday, was it? I'm playing it twice this week because I need to get more experience in it. Noble Time says, no, Wolverine's a tank killer. The reason I say that, he does more damage depending on character's max health, and tanks have the most health in the game. Where was I on 9/11? I was at home. I lived with my parents at the time. I was in my early 20s, and I was at home. Wait, I wasn't in my early 20s. I was in my late teens. Hold on. How old was I? I'm so confused. I was 19. Yeah. I was 19. No, wait. No, I'm so confused. Yeah. I was 19. Yeah. I'm confusing myself. I don't know why. I'm completely confusing myself in my head. Just don't mind me. I'm just the old, confused individual. I'm getting old, and I have the cobwebs in my head, and I can't think straight on stream. I have the memory correct. I don't have the age correct. Someone tipped $1.50, says, how come you were never really interested in simulation games like city building, life sim, economy management? Now that you have your PC, it opens up a world of possibility for sim games. I think you just answered the question. Okay, there's two factors involved. Factor number one is that when I began as a content creator or YouTuber, I was covering all the hot new games, and most of them were console games. Okay. Reason being, that was the market on YouTube. The market on YouTube was appealed to teenagers. Teenagers wanted to see Call of Duty. They wanted to see Assassin's Creed. They wanted to see Street Fighter. They didn't like the market was there for PC gaming, but that wasn't the market that I was going to be able to appeal to. You see, I wasn't heavily into PC gaming, so I needed to appeal to a more casualized gaming crowd. Number one, that was number one. Number two, for the last decade, I haven't been able to do PC gaming seriously because I didn't have a setup for it. Now I do. Now I have a dual PC setup where I can actually game and stream it. And, now I can do it. But now the question is, I've been removed from PC gaming for a decade. Does any of my audience care about PC games? And the answer, sadly, is I don't think so, but maybe moving forward. But for example, I played Path of Exile 2 because everyone demanded I play it because it's such a great game. And no one showed up. Everyone, oh, it's Diablo. Yeah, I knew it was Diablo. Like, that's what everyone told me. So why did people demand that I play it and then not show up? That's exactly what happened. Let's see here. I received a $1.85 tip from Beaver Bother. Now can you play Black Widow? No. That's another $1.85. So now we're at what, like 350? Not even. You didn't even hit 350 yet. You're not even at 350, but you think that you're going to select a character. You're just going to circumvent the system. That's not how it works. Beaver Bother, at this rate, you're going to end up paying $20 anyway, so you might as well just drop the rest. Just do it and just pick the character. Just stop being so stingy. All right. Would I pay a streamer $20 to change a character? Sure. If I'm watching a streamer who I really enjoy playing and I'm craving to see them try a certain character that I like or I know is good or I want to see is good, I would pay $20 for it. Absolutely, I would. When are we starting gaming? I don't know. We don't have a character selected yet, so it's going to be hard to start. How's the new washer dryer? 2 huge thumbs up. We have not had a single issue. They don't ever go to, what is it called, uneven load, which was our major problem with the old ones, is that they were saying uneven load all the time. We can fit way more clothes in them. They clean super well. Like literally it's just night and day. You really needed it too, because our old ones were getting really worn out. Like, no exaggeration. Sometimes we would buy new clothes, put them into the washer dryer, and come out, and they would have little holes in them. We're like, what the hell? What just happened? So that's what I mean. Like, they're getting worn out, and it starts having issues. These are just, it's amazing. Who's been my favorite character to use so far? Oh, Hawkeye was quite good. I would say Hawkeye was really good. I actually really liked Psylocke. Yeah, I would say Hawkeye and Psylocke, probably. Yeah, elixification, that's what someone else just said. He says, so apparently Wolverine is a tank harasser. Most people play him incorrectly. So yeah, if he deals more damage only to tanks, then it would make sense that he should immediately go right after a tank and only fight the tanks. Right. Cool. Oh, excuse me. Mhm. This is stupid. How do I even do this? So I'm annoyed because I had an order with Amazon and it was some power adapters for these signs for the wall. And also I was going to get a really cheap Lego set that we could kind of put together on a stream one night. I wanted to experiment with it in January. We talked about this, that we could do like a night stream for Legos, but I accidentally selected the wrong payment method. So then they said, oh, you know, this isn't working. And I said, oh shit, I got to change it. So I changed it. But now they're saying, oh, now your delivery's delayed like for a day and a half. It was supposed to come today. Oh, it's delayed like a day and a half, but you can cancel if you want. Okay, how do I cancel? Because I'm looking and I don't see cancel anywhere. How the fuck do I cancel the order then? Because I'll just cancel and reorder and it's probably going to come like right away. I don't even see a way to cancel the order. It's not even showing a way to cancel it. I want to cancel so I can reorder, and it doesn't say. There's literally no screen to cancel the order. All I have is view order details, and when I go in there, I can't cancel. It says track, get support, return or replace items. I don't know. I want to cancel the order. This is dumb. Yeah, there's no viewer change this order. I went to view order details. I'm there. And the only options that they're giving me are track package, get product support, return or replace, leave seller feedback, write a product review, or buy it again. There's no cancel option at all. It's not there. So they screwed it up. Because I think what happened was it was about to be shipped. And so they were going to ship it. But then, like I said, I had selected the wrong payment. It's my fault. And then they said, oh, well, that doesn't work. And they asked me for a new payment method. So this morning I updated it. I think what happens is they put it on a weird area that's like shipping limbo. But now, because I updated the payment information, it was supposed to come today. Like, oh, it's not coming till like another 2 days. But I don't want it then. I could literally reorder it now and get it today. You know? So why would I wait? And now it's like, oh, now you can't cancel. Fuck that. Like, it's fuck you. If it's not coming today, then I should cancel it, right? They're full of shit. I bet I could cancel it either through the regular website or if I call. But I don't want to have to call. It's stupid. Yeah, literally, I'm not even kidding you. I can order it now and it comes today at 5 o'clock. It will come today at 5 o'clock. A bunch of morons. No, I wanted the I wanted to get the power adapter because like I'm gonna set up the new stuff within a day. And I was thinking of putting out 2 signs this month, but I need the adapter to do it. Oh, really? Mike Spray says Amazon's slimy. When they cancel things, they'll send you a quiet email and you'll look at your order. They'll pretend you never ordered it. So there's like no history you ever ordered it. That is kind of messed up, actually. This. Ah. That's dumb. I see. Yeah, Amazon is dumb, man. So I'm gonna get stuck with this, and I'm not gonna get it for another like 2 days, which is really stupid. Bunch of assholes. Whatever. All right. Well, it is what it is. All right. I guess we'll end the show, but I guess I have no idea what character I'm gonna use. I guess I'm just gonna sit at the character select. We're gonna do. We're just gonna sit there and stare at the screen. All right. Anyway, guys, on tomorrow's show, it will be a good one because it's our final show of 2024. We will talk all about how the year went, a little bit of a retrospective, if you will, about 2024, and and say goodbye to the Christmas season. All right. Thank you so much for a fun Level 1 podcast. I'll see you tomorrow on New Year's